Good morning, everyone. Today is January 2nd, the first trading day of the new year. Hope y'all are having an amazing new year and happy holidays to y'all as well. So, we're going to get started with a QQQ trade we took this morning, and we're going to explain why we took the QQQ trade and why we held when it was in the red after trimming. So, first off, we got this QQQ trade, which we took calls between this 402 to 403.9 to 403.14 area. Why did we take calls? If we go on to the hourly, we begin to see a familiar pattern here, which is the basic support pattern on the 20th and the 21st of December. We have this pre-market low and low of day support, which we ended up seeing some small buying at in the beginning, and also this low 403 area low day support for this QQQ on the 21st. If we go on to the 1 minute, we'll begin to see we got buying here, which is where we entered calls, and we ended up taking some profits here for around 10%. Now, we still had a few contracts, meaning majority of our contracts actually. And so when we saw the stock continue to drop down and hit a lower low, a lot of y'all were curious as to why I held and why I continued to be patient on the trade to let it really form. Now, we saw a lot of selling here, and our contracts ended up dropping to minus 15%. Why did I personally hold down here? Well, firstly, we got to look at the comparison between NASDAQ and ES. We go into NASDAQ, we see we have the same thing where we hit the lower low and went into the red. While on ES, we didn't in fact hit the lower low. Instead, we held and saw buyers hold up behind that lower day, which is good. This is important because now we're going to have to look at individuals, right? We're going to look at Apple and we're going to look at Microsoft. So for Apple had a low day, but it didn't hit a lower low like NASDAQ did. Instead, it did what SPY did, which is held and continued above that. While Microsoft instead broke that low day and hit lower, but instead on Microsoft, what we saw was those buyers were holding very strong at this low with this buying wick, which we know as a momentum gain strategy, understanding how wicks work and seeing that the volume is increasing. Now, we also go into QQQ and we look at a little something called candle wick understanding. So we got here a nice trend, which we ended up taking profits up here due to the selling in the wicks. But why did we take our profits, or why did we hold, right? We firstly looked at volume. Volume was increasing. We saw buyers really step in there. Look at the volume compared to volume here. We see a opening green candle and closed green candle, which shows me that buyers are very, very strong. They're holding it very well. And then we see the same thing occur right here, where we do get a small wick down, but again, we close with buyers again. This shows me that we are very, very strong. Now, sellers start to die down here when we begin to approach this location, which is where we took our profits. This is a selling location. This is the reason why we took all of our profits there. Now, notice that the strength in buyers were shown through their candlestick. We could say the same thing here when we took our calls, that we opened and we closed green and continued. That shows us that we were strong in this location as well. We didn't achieve as much strength as the next few candles weren't able to get as much strength. As of here, we closed green, we opened green, we closed green, we continued green, even after a small sell-off, and then we closed green and then had another sell-off. So we do notice after each candle, we start to have a little bit of selling gain or selling momentum, but eventually we do hit that low and see that selling occur. All right, yo, this is it for the trading cap. So I hope y'all enjoy. If y'all do have any questions, let me know and I will respond to y'all soon. Have a great rest of your first trading day of the new year, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.